Boom! Jump scare. Bet you didn't expect this start for the video. As you can see, today we are building an American battleship from the late 30s, which is USS South Dakota. Why did I choose this kit? I had birthday, I got Amazon gift cards, and it was on sale. Yeah. I mean, I showed it last week, but anyways, that's the lore behind me getting the ship. I have to admit though, during this build I lost like 3 pieces, and yeah, I goofed, I absolutely goofed with this kit. The thing was, during this build I realized the USS South Dakota was in somewhat sea field bluish navy US color or whatever, and my original plan was just make the deck and everything that you can see from the top-down POV in this color, and then I realized no, this is historically inaccurate, which is great. It saved me a lot of masking and nerfs with my airbrush, which is also kaput. I need a new airbrush. I ordered it, don't worry, it's like a 50 bucks ish pistol. It will serve me for the next 2 years, okay. Also, one thing I have to note during construction, I originally planned to make this ship, due to the painting scheme I had envisioned, in little sub-assemblies. Like, the entire superstructure is just a few parts, which makes it easier for painting and stuff. And then you superglue them together at 2 points. Yeah, since the end result in the thumbnail shows it's very dark, I kind of forgot that this step would be necessary for anything that, you know, comes with a different paint camo scheme. I mean, it was in the box, and I was a bit different. I'm just a bit different, okay? I completely ignored the instructions as well. Like, when I built the ship, aside from the AA guns and stuff, which I had to do off-cam, but on the next ship I will try to record, I completely ignored the instructions, and then I flip-flopped every 2 to 5 minutes just to look at the instructions, what is missing on my ship. And I put everything together and had a nice, neat little ship. Yeah, big problem was, when you don't follow instructions, you also have a very, very, very small problem that your ship is going to miss a few pieces. During the build, I realized that while constructing the bridge, there's a piece missing. And I looked at the instructions and looked at my sprue. The piece wasn't in the sprue. I checked the recording that I had, that I cut off, obviously. Yeah, it was on my table. Didn't found it. So I did the most logical thing yesterday evening. I stopped building, set the ship to dry, and then I just went to my PC and played Battlefield with my friends up until 2 AM. And when I went to bed at 2 AM, I found the piece in my bed. It somehow slipped off. I don't know how, but it landed in my bed. And I was laying there, laying on my side, and felt this little itching in my neck, and there was the piece. Thank goodness. Otherwise, it would have been very crucial, because it's one of these antenna pieces, which would be a big problem. Also, during the construction, I mean, it's pretty straightforward for a ship. I had some photo edge parts. I mean, those are the standard-ish railings that you can, and stairs that you can use on like destroyers and stuff. But I didn't really had, you know, the expertise on this ship. It isn't in World of Warship, it isn't available in War Thunder, and I was literally getting a heart attack, nearly, when applying the photo edge sets. The next ship won't have photo edge, but if I will build another 1/700 scale ship this or next year, I will buy a dedicated PE upgrade set, as well as a wooden deck and some painting masks. Because I have the money and I want the perfect neat little ship. Also, I didn't put any rigging on this. I mean, you see later on in the finished pictures why, and I will tell you later a bit about why I choose to don't put rigging on there. But let's just say my work table isn't really organized. And now let's come to the colors. I choose Tamiya XF2 flat white for priming, since it gave the ship this nice, bright, uniform color. I primed everything except the underpart of the ship. Why? Because I wanted some shadows. So only the sides and from the top down I sprayed it white. So when I later applied the hull red from Tamiya, you have some really dark area where no light is going to either. And yeah, this saved me a lot of time. And for my mix of the camouflage color, only God knows what ratio this is. I used some sea blue from Tamiya, some field blue, and a few drops of white, and it's still very dark. It's going to a dark grayish, dark blue grayish tone, and I think in real life it was more of a bit it was more blue, or it was a bit brighter. Not really sure about it, but I think I did the ship justice here. And now for the black stripe. Realistically talking, I did nothing wrong. Model-wise talking, I did something wrong. I could have made the hull red after I applied the camouflage color, and then mask off my little black stripe and call it a day. I didn't do that, as you can see. I was thinking that maybe when I make the black stripe now and then mask it off again, I can just go with the hull red. I mean, realistically talking, those black stripes, as soon as the ship got camouflage, they were ignored. No one masked them off. It was just oversprayed, and if something had this black stripe, who would care? I mean, the ship is getting camouflage color. Who cares about a black stripe? And yeah, I mean, the final result is not great, but it gets the job done for me. I like it, and yeah, next time I do it the other way around. As for the hull red, I kind of wanted it to be a bit lighter in some areas, but yeah, after realizing that I kind of work with a broken airbrush here, I went over it as good as I could to try make it a unified red hull, like the model ships that you see in museums. Kind of worked. On some parts it is still a bit lighter. That's great, that's normal for ships. But I have to admit that the hull red is very dark, and this makes it for a very dark ship. I think as soon as it turns dark, this thing is going Bravo 6 Captain Price mode in my apartment, and I won't see it on the shelf. And here, as you can see, after I peeled off the masking tape, my little black line isn't uniform anymore. But as I said before, it's fine. It adds to the realism of the ship. And now for the propellers. They have been painted in a gold color from Citadel. It's a layer color. I wouldn't suggest using a layer color for this, but since I have it for like 2 years now, it's thick enough so I can use it. It's not perfect either, but I think for my ship it's a very well fitting color for the propellers. And after that, I just applied some more details and called it good. And there you have it, the 1/700 scale USS South Dakota from Trumpeter. It is a great kit. Trumpeter model ships are very great kits, not gonna lie. I think aside from Aoshima and what is the other company with F? Fujimi, they are the best out there for 1/700 scale ships, in my opinion. Everyone can beg to differ. Please tell me if there's a company that you think is very better, and I will completely ignore your comment and just be like, okay, yeah, that's an opinion I don't give a shit about. Jokes aside, tell me if there are some better ships from better companies. I will try them out in the future. Maybe. Anyways. Details are great. Photo etch I did is not very great. I also lost like one part of the railing somehow. I looked everywhere. I didn't find it. Probably went flying off while I painted the ship. Yeah. For the price of, I think I paid 26 euros, I can't complain. Even if I would have built it out of the box, I couldn't really say anything bad, except that I somehow managed to not perfectly glue on the deck. But okay, that's fine. That's a me problem. And now we are again at this point of the video, which hasn't been in a video for a few months by now. And this is the fundraiser for children in need. The fundraising I do to buy children some Christmas presents at the end of the year that live in shelters. So, we are right now sitting here with this nice amount of coins with 16 euros and 39 cents, which brings us to 111 euro and 44 cents. It's not even September, so we have 4 months, basically 4 months left, or 3.5, and I'm already over 100 euros. This money is only collected by bottles and cans that I find on the streets or at my job place. And I haven't been very actively searching until now. Everything that I see, of course, is coming with me if there's no owner in near sight. But yeah, this is great. I presume next week we are at around 118 to 20-ish, 115 to 20-ish euros, which means this is already 5 presents for 5 children. And with that, I'm very happy that I made it over 100 euros. At the start of the year, I thought maybe 100 euros by December is my goal, and now 100 euros has been reached. I think I can find another 20 euros minimum, and then we'll see what happens over the year and how much fund I will eventually find. And then in December, I'll upload a video about me buying the presents and wrapping them and then delivering them. So, anyways, back to the boat. It is a great build. I have some detailed pictures that you can see on the screen now. It is not my best ship. The best ship that I built is obviously the Bismarck from last year. Or 2 years ago already? I think last year. But let's be real, guys. I can do a bit better. And with the next ship, I am sure I can do a bit better. The next ship will take a while. I don't want to build like 2 ships in a row. And for next week, I'm unsure what to build. I have a 35th scale tank waiting, but I also have a 72nd scale tank waiting to be finished. only time will tell what I will do next week. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you guys for watching. If you want to support my fundraising for children in need, I have a Ko-Fi link down below. If not, that is fine, it's up to you. And, well, that's anything for today, lads. I wish you a very nice rest of the day, and until next time, bye bye.